Welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Forces.
Whew. So, this is where the database is. Hold on a sec while I access the data from this computer. Okay, failed battle plans, robot designs. Wow, he's got like 10 terabytes of selfies. So where does he keep the... Found it! Virtual reality weapon, the Phantom Ruby. A weapon that takes control of people's visual and depth perception to feed false information to the brain, creating a new reality for them. Like a dream so real if you bump yourself in it, your sleeping self will bruise? It's hard to believe. Eggman experimented with lots of prototypes, and then incorporated the final version into Infinite. If I'm reading this data correctly, then there might be a weakness. This is huge! Let's get this information back to the others.
I don't like sitting on the bench, but there's nothing to do till Tails gets back.
Way to jinx it! Metal Sonic has been spotted in the city!
Is it another fake?
Why would they bother making a fake out of something that already isn't real? Couldn't they just build more? Either way, it's getting wrecked. Let's go, partner.
Sonic, I don't think you understand. Robots, kind of expensive. Any electronic device, kind of expensive. I'm sure Eggman is loaded, but not loaded enough to just be like Metal Sonic, Metal Sonic, Metal Sonic, you know? Like, you're wrong there. Anyway, on to more important things. This boss fight is kind of boring. There's this initial part in the beginning, this cinematic scene, where you go bam, go straight through the Death Egg robot's head, or a Death Egg robot's head, and then we actually start the real boss fight. Just a little cinematic scene, and this is like, it's kind of boring, and I'm not a massive fan of it. It's just the same as a lot of other boss fights that exist already in other modern Sonic games. The only real difference is that later in the fight, he'll spawn things around him, so you have to spam the X button more. Oh no! So it's not a problem. Some of the more interesting aspects of it come right here, where you have to sidestep back and forth between these lasers. The reason I say that this is a little bit more interesting is because sometimes the spacing between them is a little weird, and you actually do have to just normally alter Sonic's direction instead of sidestepping, which is something you usually don't have to do in other Sonic games. So that's like the one thing. But since we're doing a boss fight, I do actually want to bring up one thing that I neglected to mention. We've seen Chaos once in this game, and that is the only time we will ever see Chaos. Chaos coming back was a really, really big deal. People were insanely excited about that, and he just gets killed in a cutscene, and there we go. We never actually have a fight with him. Again, it's another reason a lot of people, including myself, think this game was probably really rushed, because they had a lot going into this game, a lot to go off of, and they just kind of like dropped the ball in a really weird ways. Again, like, I don't understand why they didn't have a Chaos boss fight unless, you know, time restraints had something to do with it. Like, that just seems like the most likely option. Talking about this boss fight a little bit more, we do have access to the Avatar, but generally speaking, there's not much of a reason to use him. Sonic gets the job done just fine, and actually, depending on the Wisp-On you have, switching between Sonic and the Avatar slows you down pretty sizably, so I don't really see much use in actually switching between the two. But hey, maybe there is a reason and I just don't know it. I don't really go back to this boss fight very often, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. It's just kind of like basic, standard, and really, really boring, so.
Hey, that was great! We're like a well-oiled machine. Fighting a well-oiled machine.
What is wrong with the Avatar's mouth? I know this is meant, like, the animations are meant to fit a bunch of different models, but oh my god, the bird has it really poor. Like, I didn't see that in my initial playthrough. But, like, his neck is just coming up through his throat. Ugh.
I Sonic. I figured out a way to stop Eggman's Phantom Ruby.
Great work, Tails.
Based on these readings, the Phantom Ruby requires an incredible amount of energy, which only the Death Egg can provide. We simply stop the energy transfer, and boom! The Phantom Ruby is practically useless.
Simply? Last I checked, the Death Egg is a heavily fortified, well, Death Egg.
True, but I came up with a plan. First, we distract Eggman. While he's not paying attention, we use the chemical plant computer to hack into the Death Egg's weapon systems and shut it down. With no weapons, destroying the Death Egg will be a piece of cake. No Death Egg means the Phantom Ruby is nearly useless.
Well, you know, it's just crazy enough to work. So, first we need a distraction. I'm on it.
No way, Knuckles. You're too easily distracted. That's not a good trait for a distraction. Plus, you're our commander. We kinda need you here.
How about the rookie? Eggman would never expect it. It may even throw him off a little.
Good idea. You got your orders, rookie. We only have one more day before Eggman's plan is executed. So let's hustle.
Back to Green Hill it is with Guardian Rock, and we are going to be using a new Wispon. We have the Drill Wispon, and this is the other fastest Wispon in the game, and you'll see why right now. Look at that. If you use this Wispon in the air, it has the ability to just shoot straight forward. It has, look at that. There's barely any fall off. It's incredible. And its actual wisp power allows you to just climb up walls and do all this other stuff that just generally makes movement so much faster. It's really, really fun. One thing to keep in mind, its weakness is that it is not good for being stationary. If you do a normal attack while just sitting there on the ground, it does that. It does like a little pump, and that's it. That is actually one of the worst just stationary attacks in the game. Another thing to worry about. I did say that Wispons have different abilities, and right now you're actually seeing one of those in action. You'll notice that my momentum looks really weird. It's because there's an ability that allows you to not lose any momentum as soon as you hit the ground, which seems like it would be very useful, but it's not. It's actually incredibly off-putting, and in a lot of cases, it will kill you. So it really sucks that my only Drill Wispon has that really terrible ability, but hey, it's alright. Just know that there is actually some use in knowing what these abilities are and what they do, because there are some you want to avoid. There are no like really, really great ones, but there are certainly ones you do want to avoid, as I have found throughout my playthrough of this for recording. It was bad. But yeah, this is a really fun Wispon to mess around with. I really like its Wisp ability, so seriously, try it out. It's the Wispon that a lot of speedrunners use because it can get you so much distance so quickly. It's not about maintaining momentum, it's about gaining speed and gaining momentum. It's so fun. There are a lot of other levels that really utilize it super well, so try it out. Mess around with it. It's really cool. Also, I hope you really like my my new outfit. It's not staying for long, but they have some weird accessories. That face is kind of funny. I just wanted to throw it on. I try to switch out outfits as much as possible, as you've probably noticed. And that one I just really wanted to... I wanted to look a little weird, alright? Sometimes a man just wants to look funky.
I'm almost at the chemical plant. How's the rookie doing with the distraction?
So far, so good. We might have to stop using the nickname Rookie if the kid keeps this up.
Next, we've got to get to the computers at the chemical plant and shut down the Death Egg's weapon system.
Perfect. I've been waiting for my turn to bust some heads.
This is one of the few stages in the game that I have actually returned to, Network Terminal. I think it is a lot of fun, for more reason than one. First of all, as you'll see right here, there's some fun unintended skips you can do, and I really enjoy doing them. There's also some stuff I do in the beginning half of this level that I actually didn't do for this recording, just for the sake of being safe. But there's other fun stuff you can do here that's not necessarily intended. But more so talking about the intended stuff, there are a lot of alternative pathways you can take here. And, you know, despite the fact that this stage is primarily 2D, which is a problem for quite a few people, I actually do think it's really fun because there's just so much you can do. And as such, it is one of the few stages I return to. Not very often, mind you, because it still isn't the same quality of literally any Sonic Generation stage or any Sonic Unleashed stage. But it is still fun. There's fun to be had here. And, you know, if you maybe played it and hated it, give it a whirl again. See if your opinion has changed. It probably hasn't, but just do it for me. Do it for me, because I really enjoy this stage quite a lot. I will say that there isn't a whole lot of flow in certain areas of this stage, because there is a lot of platforming that requires you to sit and to wait. Which I know I've talked poorly on that before, but here it's very short-lived in my opinion, and I feel that it doesn't interrupt the flow too much, so I can still have a lot of fun with this stage. And yeah, I mean, I like it. It's Chemical Plant. I'm really sad that it doesn't have a unique visual aesthetic going on necessarily, but I think it's cool. I think it's a cool stage. I think it's fun to play. And I think there's a lot of stuff that you can do here that, generally speaking, makes it a fun stage to replay. So try it out. Also, if you haven't actually done any of the unintended skips before, I'd recommend doing those as well. I know there are a few in the game that I've skipped over, specifically in the Death Egg Modern Sonic stage. I forget what it's called, but hey, whatever. But that actually requires, like, clipping. I tend to not do skips that require clipping out of bounds. I don't know too much about it either, so I didn't really talk about it there or show it off. But that also does skip a lot of the stage. But I don't know. The one in this level is just particularly fun, and I've always done it, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't usually do skips in Sonic games, but that one brings joy to my heart.
The Death Egg's weapon systems are down. Now's your chance. Move!
Hurry! Just destroy the Death Egg and cut off the power supply.
You're making it sound like a walk in the park. This is a Death Egg!
Don't sweat it. The other Sonic has this under control.
Okay, so this might be sacrilege, because I can't remember how people think about this stage, so I don't actually know if this is an unpopular opinion or not. But this is one of the few classic Sonic stages, or this is the one I talked about earlier in the playthrough, that I said was barely tolerable. So not good, but it was barely under the level of the other stages that we've been through before. This one definitely barely made it though, because it's the Death Egg, and since it's the classic Sonic Death Egg, they took a lot of the more annoying elements of Sonic 3's Death Egg and have just tossed them in there and gone a little bit too trigger happy with a few of them and have implemented some of them very weirdly. You'll notice one of the first ones we saw in the stage was the alternating pathways where there's like these blue dotted line that shows you where you can and can't walk, and then it'll switch down to another one. We're coming up on one right now, and right here you'll see that I started walking upwards when that blue dotted pathway was not there. I don't know why that happens. It's just really shoddily implemented, and that's happened to me a lot of times. Like, that is a consistent thing, so I don't know what happened there. And then these, oh my god, these little annoying yellow, okay, those were in Sonic 3, and they were cool. It was like this nice visual detail, but they also didn't go so freaking crazy with them like they did in this game. Like, you will see towards the end of the stage, in this one right here, it's like so unnecessarily flippy. It's like, cut the flippy bullshit, alright? Look, I know, okay? I know, they did that in the original Sonic 3, I get it, but it was impressive then, alright? And now it's just like, it's so annoying and unnecessary. Like, why are you doing, stop. Just stop wasting time and get me to where I need to be. Genuinely, that's one of the most annoying things about this stage. Like, seriously. Why? Why would you do that? Whatever, it's done. Again, it barely makes it into the tolerable category for me. Like, I can play this stage and not want to gouge my eyes out and throw myself off a cliff, which is better than I can say for the next few classic Sonic stages we're gonna go through, so yippee!
Should be down to almost nothing. That's right.
Those resistance pests and their clever little plots. They're like something on your shoe that you can't wipe off.
It appears they've taken our legs right out from under us. Quite impressive, really.
I don't have legs. Neither do you, dude.
Don't remind me, dude.
5 more hours before the plan is executed. Infinite, let's make a tactical retreat so that we can remobilize our forces.
And by tactical retreat, you mean to say, flee with our tails between our legs. I'm quite displeased about this, Doctor.
Shut up and just follow me!
What? Wait!
That's that. Next time on Let's Play Sonic Forces, we have a modern Sonic stage that shows some semblance of quote-unquote challenge. So, until next time.